Hey, this week we're going to talk about internet marketing, sales funnels, and how they are really just like live events. So what I really want to do is I want to break down online marketing, internet marketing for network marketing, and I want to use network marketing language. This is a good one. Let's get started.
Hey, what's up, and welcome to the All-In Networker podcast. This podcast started because myself, Dan McCabe, had a question. The question was, how do you build a big team fast in network marketing? So I asked a good mentor of mine, Dr. David Peach, who is a Hall of Famer, 250,000 customers in his downline, tens of thousands of representatives, and he just started spilling the beans. Started telling me everything, not just what worked in the past, but what he is doing in the future to really grow and build his business. I said, hey doc, this needs to be a thing. And he's like, what do you mean? I'm like, we're gonna turn this into a podcast. So here it is, the secret straight from his mouth into your ears. Whatever we can do to help you in the industry grow is what we're here for. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Let's get started.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the All-In Networker podcast. So this is Dan McCabe, and as always, I'm here with my host, Dr. David P. Wait a second. Where is he? All right. You know what? I'm flying solo today. So if you're on the podcast, you can't see that I'm looking around and I'm like, where is he? If you're watching this on YouTube, you can tell it's just me today. Dr. Peach was enjoying some end of summer fun and unable to make it this week. And you know what? He worked hard in his business once upon a time. He deserves this week to be with his family and take care of everything that they are. I can handle this one. And frankly, this episode, this is in my wheelhouse anyways. So it's kind of funny. Like when he originally hired me to work with him in his businesses, his internet business or his network marketing business, he hired me to come on and build him a presence online and build the internet side of what he has already accomplished and done within the industry of network marketing. For those of you that don't know, I know it gets talked about all the time. If you listen to this podcast very often, you know he's got 250,000 customers on his team, tens of thousands of representatives, one of the top 1% network marketers in the entire world, you know, in the Hall of Fame. I mean, the guy's done everything. So the opportunity for me, I mean, when I jumped on with him, we were actively building an organization for me, using the internet as a basis for that and growing, using that model to grow the business. But frankly, when I got the opportunity to go work with him and use his story and his credibility and build that way, is just too good of opportunity to pass up. And from then, we have created some really cool stuff for a lot of people. And we've created a really cool training platform in All-In Networker. I'm humbled to be a part of it. I'm excited to be a part of it on a regular basis. I just enjoy what we do every single day. It's really, it's been just a dream for me to be able to be put in the situation where I'm at. And, you know, I got there the old fashioned way. I worked my butt off. I came up with really good creative ideas. I told them to people. And as I shared with them, and because I had worked my butt off and I'd gotten myself smart in different areas, they took me up on it and we ended up creating really cool alliances. So we've got so many cool things that we're coming to the market with here online in relatively short order. And we've got a new team that we're launching for him that I'm really excited about because it's going to do so much good for so many people. And we're taking a whole different spin to the idea of internet marketing for a network marketing business. And I'm not going to dive into that. And I know you want to hear about it right now, but I'm not going to talk about that just yet. You will see it in due time. We are going to prove the concept and we are going to share it as we do and when we do. But with this particular one, it's cool. It's unique. I don't think I've seen anybody ever do it before. We've already created some great partnerships and alliances with it. And here's the unique thing about the internet. And this is what I will share. And everything that we're doing kind of gets based around this. So many people think about building their network marketing business, and old school network marketers, they build the old school way. And that way is knee to knee, one-to-one, over and over and over and over and over again. Hey, I'm going to get knee to knee with as many people as I can, and I'm going to hopefully attract a few of those into my business. And I'm going to go tell them to get knee to knee with as many people as they can and attract as many people into the business as they possible. And it's going to balloon out that way. And that's the way it's traditionally always worked. And that's okay. You know, there is a time and a place for that. We don't even, with All-In Networker, as much as I love the internet and internet marketing and everything that you can do around it, we don't even promote just doing that. We promote old school network marketing as well. Dr. Peach built his business, old school network marketing. I believe that there is this symbiotic relationship between the internet and old school network marketing, and there's this huge opportunity that sits right there. When you have really cool, good internet systems in place, whether it is for customer acquisition, customer onboarding, team management, team training, when you have really cool online systems built for that, you take those tools, and those tools become additional sales tools that you can use in your network marketing presentation. When you're meeting somebody one-to-one, you say, I got all these really cool internet things as well, and all these cool systems and tools. Those are just additional features. They're additional reasons for people to join your team. And when you have all these additional reasons, I mean, it makes your team look that much cooler than the team next door. It just does. And not a lot of people have it. Not a lot of the old school people have it. They just haven't gone there yet. And I get it. It's hard. It's a whole brand new skill set. And it is. You know, we've got a lot of people that come through and they want to build using the internet with us. And, you know, they buy the softwares and they do some of the initial trainings. And I don't think they realize up front that it involves another skill set. It involves another skill set that you need to learn. But guess what? If you are building a business, emphasis on the word business, then you need to consistently be learning and adopting new skill sets for your business. Nobody knew 6 months ago that we were going to be in a pandemic. We were going to be in the midst of everything else that is going on in the US right now and around the world, and that we are building through Zoom and we're building through the internet. Nobody knew that. These skills are coming into play every single day right now. It's really hard to build knee to knee. It's really hard to gauge somebody's expression when they're wearing a mask. It's just hard. And we are able to do things on the internet that can't be done live, which is really cool. We're able to talk to a lot more people. We're able to reach out to a lot more people, though the world is so much bigger online. And the crazy thing is, for everybody who's ever told you you're crazy for wanting to be a network marketer, for everybody that thinks that you're a little loony for thinking that you can leave your corporate job and do network marketing full time, when you get online, you'll find that there are people just like you. And you can find people that are just like you. So as opposed to having to go and talk to friends and family and people that think you're crazy and you're kind of nuts, you get to ultimately find people that are just like you and that want to talk to you. I remember this first sales funnel that we launched quite a while back now at this point, but we ended up we're getting to the point where we were getting 3 to 5 applications a day of people that wanted to talk to us about joining our business. It was crazy. And granted, at the time, we were spending quite a bit of money on marketing and we were trying out and testing some different things. And there's all kinds of different ways to do lead generation, but we were getting 3 to 5 people a day that were applying. So you get on the phone and you have that conversation with somebody and they actually want to talk to you. It's not even so much that you're like calling them and you're trying to sell yourself or you're trying to buy some of their time from them to listen to you about your thing. It's people were actually scheduling time on our calendar because they wanted to talk to us about our thing. They already knew enough about our thing and they're like, wow, that sounds cool. I want to talk to you more about that. I know, it's mind-blowing, right? How much nicer would the world of network marketing be if we can create that atmosphere for ourselves on a regular basis? And I can't say that we've cracked every single code around internet marketing and network marketing yet at this point, but I know that we've done a lot of really, really cool things. It's constantly evolving, it's constantly changing, and it's constantly getting better. And I think the biggest thing with it is we've discovered funnels that work. We've discovered internet systems and processes that work for customer acquisition. The biggest thing is getting enough people into those sales funnels at a cost low enough to make it viable and make it make complete sense, which is something that we're constantly working on, constantly evolving, constantly changing, and it's constantly tweaking. The world's constantly changing. So I said in the description of this podcast, this YouTube video, Facebook Live, wherever you're watching it right now, that I'm going to talk about how sales funnels work online, how internet sales funnels work online, and I'm going to break it down in network marketing language. So let's think about traditional old school network marketing here for just a second. How does traditional old school network marketing work? Well, we call a bunch of people, probably people that we know, hopefully people that we have some kind of level of trust with, some kind of relationship with. We call them, and look at that as like the top of the funnel. A certain percentage of those people are going to talk to us. A certain percentage of those people we're going to get to come to one of our live events. We're going to get them to meet us at a coffee shop. And then a percentage of those people are going to ultimately make a purchase. It's pretty simple. It's all a sales funnel. right? We have to talk to a lot of people up front to get a certain amount of people to listen to us, to get a certain amount of people to meet with us, to get a certain amount of people to close. It's a sales funnel. I don't care how you look at it. The term sales funnel so often gets associated with online marketing, internet marketing, but all things are really a sales funnel. I need to talk to a bunch of people. That's the top of my funnel. So oftentimes, and I remember the way when we were actively building live and just doing it live, and if you listen to Dr. Peach's story about when he was building, he did a live presentation in his office every single night for 1,000 nights. So what was that funnel looking like? That was talk to as many people as possible, get as many people as possible to show up in that office. And a percentage of those people are going to close. Pretty simple, right? The more people you get into the office, the more people are going to sign up, because the same percentage of those people, if you take it out over 1,000 days, there's a percentage of people on average that close every single night. The more people you get in, the more people you close. It's pretty simple. Now, internet sales funnels are the same way. And this is where a lot of people screw up the internet thing. They build the funnel and it's beautiful. You've got this super enticing landing page that you get people to look at. Then you go to some kind of video that talks about why this opportunity is good and great, whatever it is. And I'll break down the one that I like to use as well. And then you get a certain amount of people to look at your company and then schedule time on your calendar. It's still a funnel. But here's where people screw it up, is that they don't realize that getting people to that first page, getting people to initially look at the thing, you need to constantly be driving traffic to that top of that funnel. Just like if you're doing this old school get people to a live event strategy, you constantly need to be driving people to a live event if you want to grow that way. You need to constantly be driving people to the top of your funnel if you want to build online. The funnels work. The percentages work. And here's the breakdown of the one that we did where we were getting 3 to 5 people to sign up a day and apply. It was relatively simple. You need to be very, very careful, by the way. Here's like a disclaimer, and you want to check your own company's marketing agreements and things like that to make sure that you're not violating any of their practices or things like that, or things they say you can or cannot do. This is the way that we typically would work around it. We would have a top of funnel headline that was very, very simple. It would be something like, click here to, or put your email here to learn how you can build a second stream of income, something like that. What is the number one method that this doctor used to build a second stream of revenue? Something just like that. And we'd get their email address. And then we would take them to a video page, a description page, where we would talk about the opportunity of network marketing. And that's it. We want to talk about the company, because I always believe that you don't necessarily want to talk about the company up front. Before you sell them on your company, your product, the opportunity, like you really need to almost break down that first barrier first. And what's like one of the number one barriers for most network marketers? It is talking to people that say network marketing is a scam, right? So we need to get them to believe in network marketing before anything else. So we got to do that first. So that's what that video would be. It would be like, all right, here's how this guy built this second stream of income that gave him all the time freedom and financial freedom that he wanted. And we would shoot a video, and we would have a video that was just edifying the industry of network marketing. It was just edifying the industry of network marketing, and that was it. And it was saying like, hey, and we would pull at some pains or poke at some pains and, talk about some of the pleasures of, hey, if you can get your residual income to exceed your residual bills, what does that look like? Think about that. Here's a picture of me on a camel in the Great Wall of China. Here's some like happy things. What does your life look like if you no longer have to, clock into your day job every day? What if your day job becomes a choice? We would use, a lot of language like that. Well, at the same time, just edifying the industry of network marketing throughout the entire thing. Helping people understand that network marketing is a viable way to get into business for yourself and start building a second stream of revenue. And then we would also take that time in that video towards the end, that not just is network marketing a good thing, like once we feel like we've overcome that hurdle, then why our team is the team to join. And that goes back to some of the stuff I was talking about earlier in the show, which was all about, having all those systems in place. You think about the world of network marketing. How many network marketing companies are there? Hundreds, thousands? There's a lot of them. So when somebody's thinking about getting into the industry of network marketing, they got a lot of choices. You got to make yourself stand out. Even if they're just thinking about getting into the company that you're in, chances are the company that you're in has hundreds of thousands, if not millions of reps. What makes you stand out from the rest of those people? And that's where I believe using the internet to build some really cool systems around customer acquisition, customer onboarding, training new team members, things like that just makes sense. And then when you have that, those become additional sales items. Then we would talk about that. Like, all right, we created this really cool sales funnel. Hey, do sales funnels work? Guess what? You're in the sales funnel. It's like, so yeah, I mean, you can literally say that. You can tell people, like, do you think this works? Well, is it working on you? And that's like, people would get this weird aha, or a lot of times we would say that once we actually got on the phone with somebody after they went through and scheduled the time on the calendar. And it was so funny because people would be like, well, how do I know that these sales funnels work? And you just kind of like, if you're on a Zoom call, you're just looking at them, you're like, well, you're here, aren't you? And people would be like, oh, yeah, those do work. And like they do. It's all percentages, just like live events. As many people you can get to the top, and as many people as you can get to the network marketing video that edifies you and the opportunity to be on your team. We talk about that. Like, before we talk about what company we're in, I want people to like want to be on our team. I want people to be like, you know what? I don't care what company you're in. I want to be on your team. That's the feeling I want them to have once they get past that page. So that's what we talk about. We edify the industry. And then we edify the team, the systems, everything that we have in place, the opportunity that they have working with us. We talk about that, relatively simple. And then we make them fill out an application on that very page. They fill out that application. They go to the next page, where sometimes we've tested it both ways. And I can't say I've seen a huge difference one way or the other. Sometimes we'll have some kind of company reveal video on that page, and then a calendar. And sometimes we just stick the calendar right there on that page and they can book an appointment. You could really go either way. I believe that if you're just starting with this and you've got the time, just put the calendar on that page, because you want to have as many appointments as you possibly can. Just fill up the calendar, and you will do you have to do the presentation then when you talk to people, like, so it turns into a longer meeting. They haven't been pre-framed with what the company is or things like that, although a lot of times they can look it up online. But just set up the calendar, just practice doing the presentation over and over and over again. And once you're so busy you can't stand it anymore, then you like stick in a reveal video, and maybe you add that extra step in there, because then you can be pickier and choosier of the people that come through the entire funnel. So if you listen to enough of these All In Networker podcast episodes, oftentimes you'll hear a commercial that pops up in the middle for networkerpro.io. Networkerpro.io, I'm just going to talk about it here. I'm not going to throw the commercial out. There's a free 2-week trial for anybody that wants to screw around and start trying building funnels and things like that. I do have a stake in that company. I'm trying not to be the face of it. I used to be the face of it as well. I've kind of stepped back from being in front of Networker Pro all the time, just because I want to keep my focus on All In Networker and the training that we do here, because I believe in this industry and what we're doing and the information that we're putting out there so much. I was finding myself just getting torn trying to do both. So I've got somebody else that, operates and pretty much runs that. But with networkerpro.io, you can create the funnels, has a complete CRM system, has the calendar built in. It's got all the different things that you need if you want to start trying to build online. We've got some different templates for network marketers that go along that same process that I just shared with you guys, those 4 simple steps. And I highly encourage anybody that is in network marketing, if you're not building out online systems, you need to start building out online systems. You got to start building out something. We did a podcast a couple months ago with a couple from a different company, and they built out all those systems years ago, not using us or anything like that. This was before we had created most of what we've created. They got 800,000 customers on their team because they learned how to build online. Because the number one thing they said in that podcast that they figured out was that if you want to build a big team, you need to have a consistent customer acquisition strategy. A consistent customer acquisition strategy, which is marketing. You need to market. People forget in the words network marketing, which is the industry that we're in. There's 2 words there. There's network and there's marketing. And sometimes you need to go do the marketing thing. You need to consistently be expanding your sphere of influence, the people that are coming into your world, the people that are seeing your stuff. And the internet affords us to do so much of that. So I don't know if I did a very good job of breaking down how internet sales funnels work compared to live events. So I'm going to summarize it here really quick and we'll go ahead and wrap up. But really, live events, call as many people as you can, get them into a room, you're going to close a percentage of them. Online sales funnels is the exact same thing. And where a lot of people screw it up is they forget. They build the world's coolest funnel. The funnel would work. All the percentages work. You know that if you get 100 people to that main page, that 40 people are going to opt in to watch the video. Out of those 40 people that opt in to watch the video, you're going to get 6 of them to sign up for your thing, whatever it is. You know, I don't know. Whatever that percentage is for you, it's going to be different for everybody, price of product, things like that. But if you could hit numbers like that, getting 100 people to your funnel shouldn't be that crazy big of a deal. But that's what it is. It's all percentages. But people forget you need to stick. People need to see it. I don't care how cool your funnel is. I don't care how good your live events are. If you don't invite people to live events, you're not going to sign anybody up. If you don't invite people to your funnel, you're not going to sign people up. It just is what it is. We need to constantly, consistently be inviting all of the time in the industry of network marketing. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here. You know, I think Dr. Peach is going to be okay that he missed co-hosting this episode, because this is definitely my world, not his world. At the same time, if you were on here with me, I wouldn't have let him talk anyways. So you can tell him that. But with that being said, feel free, everybody, go check out networkerpro.io. And I'll make sure that the link goes in the show notes, and I'll put in the comments of the Facebook Live that we did on the Facebook group. We got all kinds of cool things that we're coming up with here in All In Networker. Some really cool trainings if you go to allinnetworker.com. And in fact, if you go into allinnetworker.com, I believe if you do, what is it? Oh, here's a secret. I'm not going to tell this. This isn't on the networkerpro.io page, or we don't say this there necessarily, I don't think. But if you go there and you do the free 14-day trial, All In Networker has some promos on there as well during the 14-day trial, to where if you do some of the community stuff with us, the education with stuff, we'll give you a pretty extended trial of Networker Pro so you can really test out funnels and things like that. So that's in there as well. But I would encourage you, you need to start playing with it. And if you want to get good at this business, you want to get good at building online, you need to get straight up obsessed. I mean, if you want to build live, guess what it takes? You need to get straight up obsessed. You want to build online, you got to get straight up obsessed with inviting all the time to wherever it is that you're going. You build out these online systems, though, and if you're good at the old school network marketing as well, you combine these two things, it just gives you a massive, massive advantage in the marketplace over all of your competitors. So anyways, all right, that's that. If you got some value out of this, tag your team members, get them onto the All In Networker page, get them into the groups, send them over to networkerpro.io. Like this video on YouTube, share the podcast, review it, please. We greatly appreciate it. So with that being said, you've been listening to the All In Network podcast. Talk to you guys soon. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.
Hey, thanks for listening to the All In Networker podcast. Dr. David Peach and I greatly appreciate it. If you receive some value, or you know somebody that would receive some value, please share this episode with them. We want to pick up the entire industry, help serve the entire industry of network marketing. We believe that when other network marketers win, we all win. So on top of that, if you'd like to check out some of our free trainings, you can go to allinnetworker.com. Otherwise, please just rate, subscribe to this episode, this podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. We'd greatly appreciate it. And until next time, thanks a lot.